Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another exciting episode of Math Lessons with Mr. Bedley. This is Excel 4th grade lesson 53. We're going to be taking another look, as we did in the last lesson, at doing some 3-digit division, 3-digit dividend, and we're going to get a 2-digit quotient. The answer is going to have 2 digits. This is going to be very similar to the last lesson, but it's a very difficult concept, and we're giving you a little bit of extra time to get it into your head. So hopefully you'll just really understand it a lot better after seeing this lesson today. But first, we got a little joke for you to get started. What happened to the dog that swallowed a firefly? What happened to the dog that swallowed a firefly? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned till later to find out the answer to that question. All right, let's take a look at our first problem here. It says 107 divided by 3. So what I'm saying is I'm taking this 107. There's 107 blocks right there, and I want to split those up into 3 equal groups. So first of all, can I split this 100 up into 3 groups? Well, as a one whole piece, as a 100, can't really split it up at all. It's one chunk. So I have to split it up first and make it into 10 tens, right? Each one of these sticks that go down here is going to be a separate 10. So you can see those down here, and those are actually 9 of those 10s, because I take those 9 10s and I can split them up into 3 groups of 3 10s in each group. So I've got 1, 2, 3. And what does that make? Well, I've got 30 here, 30 here, and 30 here. So how many do I have at that point in time? Well, that's 90, right? But I had 100 to start off with. And so I'm going to have 1 extra 10 left over, because 90 plus 10 is 100. Right? So 90 split up right here into 3 groups of 30. I've got a 10 left over, and I'm going to join that up with my 7 ones. So I've got 10, and then my 7 ones that I had before, which makes 17. If I put that into 3 equal groups, I'm going to get 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5 groups of 3, and so the answer is going to be 5 there, and then I have 2 left over. 5 remainder 2. And here's the whole problem right here for you to see. Start off with 107, dividing that by 3. 100 divided by 3, I get 30 in each group. 30 times 3 is 90 right there. 107 minus 90 is 17. And then I say, how many 3s are there in 17? There are 5 3s, you can see right there, in 17. So I put a 5 right up there. 5 times 3 is 15. And so that means that there are 2 left over after splitting that 17 up into groups of 3. And I get 5 of those. All right, so that's the same idea as last time. Hopefully it makes a little bit more sense to you today than it did yesterday. And here are some problems that we're going to be doing. Let's take a look at our first sample problem that's done for us. 246 divided by 2. 200 divided by 2 is 100. 100 times 2 is 200. I can put the zeros in there. And 246 minus 200 is 40, and I could even put the 6 over there. 46, and then I'm going to do 40 divided by 2, and that's going to be 20. 20 times 2 is 40 right here, and 46 minus 40 is 6, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 6 is nothing, so there is no remainder, and we don't write remainder 0. Then we take our quotient, our answer. Let's see if we can get this erased. It's kind of becoming a mess here. All right, so we're going to take our quotient, 123 times 2, 123 times 2 right here, which is 246. That matches up with our dividend, and so we can feel confident about our answer. Okay, let's do number 2 together. Here we go. Do 900 divided by 4, or 9 divided by 4, and that's 2, or 200. 2 times 200 times 4 is 800, right? 200 4 times, that's 800. And then I'm going to subtract here and get 138. And then I'm going to do that number, or let's forget the 8 for right now, just like I forgot the 38 when I first started. I'm going to do 13 divided by 4, or 13 tens divided by 4. And that's going to come out to be 3, right? 3 times 4, or 30 times 4 is 12, or 120. Subtract there, and we get 8 and 1. 18 divided by 4 is equal to 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. That's about as close as I can get to 18. And I subtract and get 2. So there's 2 left over at the end, remainder 2. I've run out of space here because my stylus makes it hard to write small. So I'm going to erase that. You can back up on the video if you missed that. And then I'm going to go ahead and check my work here by doing 234 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, carry the 1. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13, carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. That says 936, that says 938. Do you know why? Well, that's because we have to add our remainder on at the end to get 938. All right, why don't you pause the video, go ahead and try number 3 on your own. Turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. So I'm doing 7 into 105. 7 goes into 10 one time, right? So 10 times 7 is 70. Put the 70 right there. And then we get 35 when we subtract, because 5 take away nothing is 5, and 10 take away 7 is 3. 35 divided by 7 is 5. 5 times 7 is 35. Subtract and get 0. So I do 15 times 7 to check it, because multiplication is the inverse operation of division. It's the opposite, in a sense, of doing the division. So I can check it by multiplying, just like I can check a subtraction problem by adding. 15 times 7, we do 5 times 7 first, which is 35. Carry the 3. 1 times 7 is 7, plus 3 is 10. So I got 105, and that matches up there. I can feel confident about my answer. All right, if you totally had a hard time with that one, just do number 4. If not, go ahead and do 4 and 5, and then I'll be going over those after you turn the video back on. So pause it right now. All right, 3 goes into 1. No, that's not quite big enough to put 3 into. 18. 6 times 3 is 18, or 60 times 3 is 180. And I get 5 when I subtract there. 5 divided by 3 is 1, because 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6, so that's too big, right? And then we get a remainder of 2. So now I do 61 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 185, 183. Doesn't match up. That's because I got to add the remainder on to get 185. All right, so if you missed that one, or if you had a hard time with this, then you'd be pausing the video again right now. If you've already got number 5 done and you feel good about it, then go ahead and watch how I did it. So here we go. You should have already done number 5 to the best of your ability. 7 divided by 3, or 700 divided by 3 is 2, or 200, which is going to make 600. 200 times 3 is 600. Subtract and get 147. And then this is like doing 747, except I got 147. So now I can do 14 tens divided by 3, and that's equal to 4, right? Because 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15, so that would be too big. I can only go up to 14. 4 times 3 is 12, or 120. And we get 2 here, and 7. And then I know that 3 times 9 is 27. And I get 0 for my remainder, so I don't write remainder 0. I just do 249 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27, carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 747, just like the airplane. There it is. All right, we've got some fact practice to finish this off, so pause the video right now, do these facts as fast as you can, and then turn the video back on. All right, so you should already have these done, and here are the answers. You got to check them and fix any of them that are wrong. Okay, here they come. There are the answers right there. And the answer to our joke of what happened to the dog that swallowed the firefly is that after that he barked with delight. He barked with delight. Get it? That was really dumb.